Had a great time last night at Ridgeland's Trunk or Treats at Freedom Ridge Park. It was real cool. Met a bunch of Adam and Allison family members, but that did mean that I was out much later than I typically am. I am not a big go out at night person. I haven't been for, well, it'll be about 3 years since I've been a big go out at night person.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely used to driving at night, and I think I might need glasses because of how my trip home went.
Oh, no.
So I left Freedom Ridge Park. First of all, I think I took a right whenever I should have taken a left. That was on me. But then as I was driving, I ended up in Madison, the city of Madison from Ridgeland.
Oh.
So I'm going in entirely the wrong direction where I want to be going. And I noticed I was having a heck of a time seeing the road.
Oh.
It was so dark where I was. Eventually, I got onto Old Canton Road, and I've been in that area many a times, but in the daylight, and I was finding it incredibly difficult to see. There were no street lights really where I was, and I found everybody's headlights to be entirely too bright. I couldn't see the road to the point where I couldn't tell if the curve was to the left or the curve was to the right. And I was thinking to myself my entire drive home, which I probably shouldn't have been thinking about anything. I should have just been focused on the road that I couldn't see. But I was thinking, like, I'm going to be 34 years old next week. I'm getting older. Is it time for me, for the first time ever, to go to the eye doctor? Is this a sign that I can't see as well as I used to? Or is it just I can't see at night? And that isn't a sign that you need glasses.
Did you have trouble seeing the street names, like on the street signs? And do you struggle with that in the daylight too? If you're traveling somewhere, is it hard to read the street signs?
I don't struggle with that in the daytime, and I wasn't really looking for street signs. I thought that I knew how to get home, and I didn't.
I mean, it could be time for an eye test, but I don't know for sure.
Skye thinks I might have an astigmatism. And I have seen that meme before about how, like, the traffic lights look like stars, basically. And they did look like that. But I have also, anytime that meme gets posted, I see somebody say, wait, that isn't how everybody sees the traffic lights at night? I don't know.
I mean, I have an astigmatism, so I can't say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I've been to the eye doctor many a times, and the first time I went, they were like, your left eye has an astigmatism.
So do they do anything for it? Can they give you glasses to fix that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, but I'm also, because I just saw Mary said that night driving is no joke. And I think that might be the case. Now, I will say I drive in the dark 5 days a week whenever I come into work at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I do that trip every single morning. So it's like I could do it with my eyes and my hands tied behind my back, practically.
And I don't think it's that, because I got my glasses / contacts whenever I was in the 7th grade. So I've been going to the eye doctor for many years now. They're up to date. I went not that long ago, and I struggle. So it's a big difference for me whenever I'm driving into work at like 4 or 5 in the morning, because not very many people on the road. I'm not seeing a lot of headlights come my way. So I could do just fine. But whenever I've had to drive at like 7 o'clock at night, where there's a lot of people out on the road and I've got a lot of headlights looking at me, I struggle to see at night. So that could be just driving at night is hard.
Does the entire Adam and Allison family own stake in eye doctors? Because every single person on the text line right now is telling me it's time to get my eyes checked. 601-995-1017. So I'm not convinced that, based on just what you've said and the couple texts that I've looked at, that this is necessarily a sign that my vision is declining. Whenever I was in school, remember they do those vision tests and everything, I always scored 20/20 vision. So my mom never took me to the eye doctor because it wasn't needed. I didn't need to sit up front in class or anything. And my mom, I remember her saying that if you go to the eye doctor, you're going to get glasses. That's just how the eye doctor works.
Well, that sounds like trauma. That's a whole nother road.
So I do want to know, speaking of trauma, was there like a traumatic event in your life that made you realize you needed to get glasses? Call or text us at 601-995-1017.
So it wasn't necessarily what when I needed to get glasses that was traumatic. It was what ensued after that. So I remember it was the 7th grade and I was, in a couple of my classes finding it hard to see what the teacher was writing on the whiteboard. So I made mention of it to my mom whenever I got home from school one day, and she was like, we need to take you to the eye doctor. We need to see, because both my parents got glasses and contacts like fairly young in life. So it wouldn't be out of the question that I might also have, troubling eyes. But what was so traumatic about it was she made the appointment with the optometrist, and then she was like, you need to tell all your teachers, or better yet, I'm going to tell all your teachers that you need to be moved to the front of the class. And I was like, why do I need to be moved to the front of the class whenever, I'm going to be seeing the eye doctor and this problem will be resolved? And I remember I was so mad at her because I had my best friend in one of my classes, in my math class that year, and then I was moved away from her for the rest of the year. I had to sit at the front of the class the rest of the year, even though I got my glasses and I could see.
Talking about how as I drove home from trunk or treat last night, I couldn't see the road. And now I'm thinking I'm going to be 34 next week, and I'm wondering if it's time for me to take my first ever trip to the eye doctor to get my eyes checked, or if it's normal to not be able to see at night, and that's not necessarily a sign of vision declining. MJ says, sweetie, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Your vision is declining. It's okay, though. It's normal. I probably wouldn't rush off to the eye doctor just yet. Maybe get you some over-the-counter minus 1.0 glasses just to keep in your car. Maybe that would not have been what I would have done. Yeah, but I can see what she's saying. Mary says you should get your eyes checked once a year, whether you wear glasses or not. 601-995-1017. Mildred's here. Good morning, baby.
I was calling to see if you cut your headlights on, baby.
Yeah, my headlights were on, Mildred. I got automatic headlights.
Okay, baby. Well, in that case, your eyes are bad.
You think so? Is that your professional opinion?
Yeah, sugar. Just based off of the fact that you can't see where the road is, I go for late night walks. I don't want you hitting me, baby, and thinking it was just a cub.
Mildred, how'd you know you needed glasses?
My husband got ugly to me.
Oh, he got uglier. I would think he'd have gotten more attractive.
No, sugar.
That's when it was time.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you for the call, Sugar. Appreciate you. 601-995-1017. Skye says, so whenever I was in 2nd grade, my teacher thought that I was making mean faces at the girl next to me. But the board was just really hard to see. That was kind of traumatic, not understanding why I couldn't see it, and then getting a bad note sent home to my mom, but my mom figured it out, and my teacher felt kind of bad, I think.
Lucky that Skye's mom figured it out, because Latasha's mom didn't. She says whenever I was a preschooler, my left eye would turn inward. My mom thought I was doing it on purpose and told me to stop. It was a friend recommended that she take me to the eye doctor, and the doctor was like, she has a lazy eye and she's farsighted, so she's been wearing glasses ever since she was 5. But her mom thought she was just doing it on purpose.
And Jonah from Pearl says, hi, I had perfect 20/20 vision even on my 40th birthday exam. Then it was like a switch was flipped. Immediately following my birthday, every day the signs and LED signs and traffic lights were more and more smidgy and blurry. So, yikes.
Yeah, not good.
And I saw another text that said it's the night driving that gets difficult first. Like that's whenever you first start to notice your vision declining.
See,
so I don't know what to do.
That's tough for me because I had bad vision whenever I was a kid, and I have a hard time seeing at night, but I've been to the eye doctor recently. In fact, my vision had improved. I think what's happening is I've always been more nearsighted, and now it's like balancing out because like both are going bad. So it's kind of balancing out. I don't know that my vision's actually getting better, but like I have a hard time driving at night with all the headlights.
Well, either way, even if it does make me feel badly about myself being in my mid-30s and losing my eyesight, I do appreciate all the Adam and Allison family members.
Adam and Allison in the morning.